people of the world, some fast-moving events in the financial world. Markets down, oil hit another record the other day. I will get to that just in a sec, but at the moment, the economy is seesawing, and the economy will keep seesawing until trouble comes. That will come later in the year. Oil and gas will keep skyrocketing, and eventually things will get so bad you will see those soup lines, you will see those food lines, you'll see people selling their valuable possessions to survive. There is a depression event coming, I have no doubts about that, and I don't need to go into it. You can have a look at my other videos. And with some of my other warnings you've seen or heard, I feel like the time to really prepare is getting limited now. So I hope you're out there, I hope you're taking appropriate action, I hope you're taking after your loved ones and your family in the appropriate way. A lot of the analysts out there are still saying that the market is bottomed, but seriously, it's not happening. Now, I picked up a copy of the Australian Financial Review, which is one of our major newspapers over here. I read an interesting article about what's happening not just over in America and Europe and in Australia, but globally. And this was a quote from the CEO of the NAB Bank here in Australia. And this was his quote: "I have been in banking for over 30 years and have never seen anything like we have just been through." Just gives you a little bit of an indication of what we're dealing with here. A few days ago, oil hit, I think, $135, $136 a barrel. Actually got higher on the Singapore market. Yes, it's insane, and it's going to affect the gas you put in your car. And eventually, when the interest rates come up, it's going to affect this even more. Goldman Sachs will quote it as saying there's a very highly likely chance of oil going to $200 very soon. I totally agree with that statement. And as the high price of oil kicks in, guess what? People don't spend as much money at the shops on clothing and food because of the high price of fuel. Then later on down the track, as inflation gets worse, it's kind of like a double whammy, isn't it? And yes, the Grim Reaper is coming, and it will get worse. Ronald Reagan, I think, once described inflation as being like a mugger, fighting like an armed robber, and as deadly as a hitman. And at the moment, people are in serious debt. They can't pay off their home loans, they can't pay off any of their credit cards. And global monetary policy is at its all-time lowest since 1970. So we are likely to see real average interest rates on a global scale, or if you work this out on a global scale, it would actually be negative at the moment. But here's the real kicker. As our wages we earn remain the same and the food prices continue to rise, well, obviously that's going to push people to the brink. And it really is uncanny how there's a lot of similarities between what's happening now and what happened back in the 1970s, just before the great inflation lifted off. And they're not saying it, they're not revealing it, but they're running out of tricks, and they're very nervous. They know the economy can go at any moment, and it will in due course. But they will continue to trick people and try to get them to think that the economy is safe when they know behind the scenes it is. And I think it was their intentional plan to do this until Dow hits 10,000, 9,000, God forbid 8,000, or wherever the market will actually end up going. Actually, that is an important point, because I think where the Dow Jones is at, even though there's been a bit of a sell-off, there's still much drama to come. The market is still overbought. You're seeing strong growth in the resource sectors. And if you have a look at this chart here, from 1950 there's been a fairly gradual increase in metals consumption, but look what happened in the year 2000. You just had this steep incline. So there's going to be an even more increase in metal consumption and in the mining and resource. There's still a boom in that area. If you watch the news at night, there's still food shortages, so the price of commodities and that type of thing will continue to rise. And for the smart investors out there, be a very healthy investment, sort of longer term. And beside oil and gas, there really aren't too many people or businesses or companies that will benefit from rising cost of oil and the depression coming. And in the meantime, the government won't be giving you the correct figures. Tell me this, has the government ever admitted to you that they have lied? I don't think so. But slowly as the truth comes out, and bear in mind, you will see the economy further slip. And here is the real truth, the for and against. You've got hope in one corner and you've got fear in the other corner. The hope, the market is breaking up. Okay, but in really terms, the housing is in a downturn. Hope again, energy and profits will drive up the market prices. Well, the market is coming down now, and higher energy prices are crushing real incomes. Okay, we saw back about a month ago, they were saying, look, the market's reaching new highs again, it's turning and heading back up. But realistically, the real consumer confidence is still at record lows. And these are the truths, whether you like it or not, and whether the government decides to release the truth or not as well. Okay, thank you very much for watching, people. I enjoy your comments. You can email me at financial911@gmail.com for any questions. Thank you again for watching. Please add your comments below, and remember to subscribe on the right hand side. Look forward to listening to your comments. Enjoy your day, and I'll talk to you all very soon.
When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order.
This is the end for you, my master.